FlashDAIO here. It's the first episode review of Outlaw Star. Really excited to dive into this episode, guys. It's a classic, is all I can say. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. I appreciate you. So with all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and dive into review and talk about Outlaw Star. So we start the episode off with kind of like a premonition of some sort. It's Gene in the future talking about how he wanted to come to space and they're fighting grappler shit. If you watched it before, you really wouldn't know what he was talking about. So then we kick to the ever so classic intro music. Love it, Outlaw Star. Always loved the theme song. The minute I heard it, I was just like, totally remember this at 3 o'clock in the morning when I was like 12. So we start off the episode after the intro, two ships flying in space, and then we have these mysterious beings in the shadows. Crazy stuff. So this leaves a lot of questions to who are these people and what are they doing here? After we get a shot of the three mysterious people, the Dr. Robotnik looking guy says, "You must never let her escape." And so the her that they are referring to is the space outlaw Hilda. We have the first name drop, and it is Hilda, and she is piloting a massive ship, and they have probably around maybe 20 to 50 fighters going for this one ship. Why? We don't know. Once the guys who are chasing Hilda catch up to her, they shoot laser beams at her. She has a barrier up, so they have to go in with their anchors in order to snare Hilda. So basically, a lot of guys died chasing Hilda down just to get her anchored down. They finally get her anchored down. Apparently the ship can talk, and he's basically saying you need to escape, unable to fire, multiple impacts, like we won't be able to make it. I don't know who Hilda is, but man, Hilda speaks for the first time. She says, "To stay here is death. To go is death." So she just basically goes hyperdrive, even with the guys anchored onto her. Fries everybody. I mean, the sheer velocity of what she probably did to them just vaporized their bodies. So then we kick back to the three mysterious people, the Dr. Robotnik dude, Mr. Frankenstein, and some little girl who has magical powers apparently. We've lost Hilda. Damn you, Hilda. So apparently they have some sort of grudge against Hilda, and she must have done something to them because they definitely want her blood. So after we get the scene with Hilda, we jump to town bar. Got the bartender cleaning the glass, typical bar scene, and the guy walks in the bar and states that he's looking for a guy named Gene. Bartender's like, "Yeah, you know, I know Gene. What do you want with him?" And he's like, "Well, he did a number on my brother, so I'm here to beat his ass pretty much." So Gene apparently is sitting in the corner. Now we know that this is Gene. He comes up to him and says, "You know, you must be looking for me." And he says, "You're Gene Starwin." So we get the main character's full name, Gene Star. Death Rob states that he's gonna kill him because he did a number on his brother. Death Rob also states that he's killed 30 people and Gene will be number 31. So Gene blows his nose, you know, mocking the guy, and he says, "So you're Death Rob." And so the guy charges at Gene, and Gene just pulls out a pistol, caps in 50 Cent style, just pop, 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 pop. And the guy's just like, tuh, 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 tuh. The kid Gene is with is some sort of tech genius. The comm indicates that the guy is a cyborg. Bullets won't be effective on him. So Gene shoots the guy in the head, and the guy's like, "That won't work." Kid also states again that this cyborg is a type C, so his weakness would be some sort of spot on his side. So I guess the guy didn't know that this was common knowledge, because he gets stabbed and he's like, "That doesn't hurt." But then Gene just rips through and he just spits up blood and falls to the ground. We're in a lot deeper than we thought. They're massive shit, mysterious overlords, and now we have cyborgs that are just normal people. Bartender states, you know, "Yeah, that's cool and all, I'm gonna call the sheriff, but what about the damages to my bar?" So we are in a bounty hunter era, and Gene asked the kid, "You know, what's the bounty on this guy?" And he's like, 4,000 won. So pay the repairs, deposit the rest, and then he's like, "I'm going downtown." So this guy seems to be around the mid-20s, not too young, not too old. I like him. I like Gene. Gene's a good guy, very slick. Seems like he's a ladies' man. Seems like he knows what he's doing. So we kick to a very mysterious scene. Cops are outside of the bar. There's tons of people there just being nosy. And, you know, Clyde, the bartender's talking to the cops about the incident. And we get a shot of a very out-of-place woman. Clearly, she's not from here. She's a foreigner. And she's very different. Very interesting that they make that very clear. I just thought it was interesting that they wanted to point that out to us now. So we don't know who this young lady is yet, but we will see. Gene is talking to the kid, and now we find out that the kid's name is Jim. So Gene and Jim are talking, and Gene's like, hey man, I'm going out on the town, so definitely don't want to have a kid around, so you might just want to go your separate ways. And Jim's like, I can handle it. And he's like, you sure about that? And he's like, nah, never mind. That was just a pretty little side scene there, pretty hilarious. I think Gene and Jim have a very close friendship dynamic. I think they've been through a lot together. After the scene with Jim and Gene, we kick to a massive looking ship. I mean, the animation of this anime is great. Old school, it's classic, it's hand-drawn greatness. I mean, this is absolute. I cannot tell you how much I love this animation. And then the hatch opens to the ship, and the three mysterious people come out, the overlords. These weird-looking skull kid guys are sitting at the bottom, and they're just kind of waiting on them. Really weird dynamic with these overlords. Not really sure what they got going on. It's just a little creepy because they're like just so ticky, you know? So the overlords have pinpointed Hilda's location. They're stating that they have set traps for her. She's anywhere, she has to be here. So they send out the little minions to go search for her. So we kick to Gene, who is a playboy in a hat. He's got the girl talking to him about space and what's he want to do. And Gene wants to be a pirate hunter. And she says that that's impossible. Apparently he believes that he can do it. Another thing that we learned is that Gene has never been to space. With all this galactic activity around, for someone not to go to space in this era, I feel like that would be kind of weird. Get a little, you know, little fan service to the fans. Little oh my moments. The minions of the overlords are going about the city just wreaking havoc on people. They're just going around slashing. They might be killing people. They might just be looking for just Hilda. So we kick to Starwin Hawking's shop. It is Gene Starwin and Jim Hawking. Hawking's last name, maybe a genius. Who knows if that's coincidence. So apparently these guys are repairmen, and they fix galactic ships and can order parts for different ships for different people. So these guys seem to be pretty handy in the tech. So there was a ship a couple scenes ago that was coming down from space. Gene and Jim were stating that, you know, that never really happens. That ship comes to Sentinel. Now the overlords have landed on Sentinel. Jim just stated that the ship that landed was a pirate ship. So it seems that Hilda has made her way to Sentinel along with the overlords and her minion. There's just a lot going on. There's three different parties that we're dealing with right now. We have the antagonists, Gene and Jim, who are just, you know, average Joes right now. We have the space outlaw Hilda. We have these overlords that we know nothing about. Really interested to see what Hilda has done to these overlords, who these overlords actually are. Jim and Gene get a phone call from a woman who is looking to get some parts ordered and a bodyguard. But the strange thing about this woman is that it was the same woman that we saw a couple scenes ago when the police were in front of the bar. So it seems that we're gonna be seeing her a lot more, and they just dropped her name, and her name is Rachel. Probably gonna be one of the main characters in these couple episodes, or maybe she might be a bad guy, who knows? But it seems right now that she's just an unassuming rich person buying parts for her ship who needs a bodyguard. Rachel Sweet is what we get her name as. She has deposited the money. Jim has talked about how rare and expensive the parts that she's ordering are, and it seems like there are some red flags raised because, you know, nanotech, biotechnology, you know, stuff like that kind of raises red flags. Gene asks, did you run her ID? And he's like, Jim's like, it's fine, there's nothing, everything's clear. I assume that Gene will be the bodyguard of this deal, and he's going to meet Miss Rachel right now and see what the situation is, to see if there's any red flags. Switch to the bar again, and it's packed full of bums. Clyde and Iris are talking, and Iris is like, I hate these bums, they're horrible, but, you know, Clyde's like, hey, we're bringing in money because of it, so you can put up with it. But then we kick to Gene and Rachel sitting in the corner. She states that she didn't know that it was so dangerous out in space. Apparently it is not too pleasant of a place. It's kind of rough. Is asking for a bodyguard because overlords are here with their little minions, and she's probably worried about getting slashed. Gene's gonna be her bodyguard. They're just talking in the corner. So something seems fishy about Rachel because she's too happy, and, you know, Gene asks her, you know, how long are you gonna need a bodyguard? From now until I leave. And I'm so glad that you're a part of this, Gene. talking. There's definitely something fishy about Miss Rachel. We'll just have to find out and see. But there's definitely something going on there. To a scene with Rachel and Jean talking. They're just waiting, and one of the minions show up. But then he splits into three. And he's like, "Leave the one. If you don't, you're a dead man." God, it's the first time these guys talk, and they're like weird. They're so scary, dude. So these guys get in a scuffle with Jean. And I'm thinking these guys are gonna tear Jean up. Jean actually holds his own. He's got pretty good reflexes. Shoots two of them. You know, one gets on top of him. He's dodging. You know, pretty impressive. I was actually really impressed because I thought that Jean was gonna be dead. One gets away. He's dodging the bullets. Just vanishes off into the shadows. So right when the minion leaves, Jim pulls up in the car and is like, "What you been doing?" And Jean's just like, "Ah." So even Jean states, you know, he has a bad feeling about this because something's fishy about Rachel. She's too happy, and those guys were way too menacing to be just normal folk. A lot is going on that we don't know about yet, so I'm really interested to see how this pans out. We kick to them driving on the highway, and Jim states that the minions looked like they were from the Pirate Guild. So now we get another form, which is the Pirate Guild. Outlaws, Citizens, Pirate Guild. We might be dealing with a lot more than we thought in the beginning. We don't know who the Pirate Guild are. It seems that they're very evil people. So after the scene of the highway, we switch to the Overlord standing in front of a car with a bunch of minions. The Overlord are now Pirate Guild. So the little girl states, you know, "Stop fooling. You're not fooling anybody. Hilda, come on out." Rachel is the infamous Hilda who was being chased in the beginning of the episode. So Hilda is Rachel, and Hilda's ship was the ship that landed, and now the Pirate Guild have cornered Hilda with Jean and Jim. So all three parties are now in one spot. So this is very interesting. Rachel, Hilda throws a flash grenade and tells Jean to get out. Floor it. Let's leave. So Rachel's no more, and Hilda is Rachel. So the Frankenstein looking guy does these weird stances. I don't know, he's chanting and so I guess this is him powering up to be able to handle what he's about to do. So after he gets done chanting, the other two members of the Pirate Guild start chanting with him, and the minions form into this flying disc. And so the Frankenstein guy gets on top of it and starts flying towards Hilda, Jean, and Jim. We switch to the high-speed chase. Jean's asking Hilda what's going on, and Hilda's basically saying that she's the Pirate Guild's enemy, and they're after the same treasure. And Jean instantly realizes that one of the members of the pirate is using some sort of magic to tell himself like that on the minion flying saucer. So Jean and Jim seem to have an arsenal of guns in this classic looking car, and you know, we get the short barrel blaster, and he shoots a couple bullets at the guy. He gets a direct hit, not effective. So the Frankenstein member of the guild shoots this pink orb just straight at them. Crazy. I'm like, whoa, okay, this guy is a little OP. So I don't know if guns are gonna work against Mr. Frankenstein. So Jean's just shooting different guns at him. Boom, boom. He's freezing bullets, barrier for explosive. Nothing seems to have it. He's still chanting, and Jean looks at Jim and says, "I need a number 3. Or Jean gets a number 3 bullet from Jim, and he pulls out this special pistol. And when Hilda sees the pistol, she immediately says, "A caster?" So it seems that Jean has some sort of arsenal of guns that are pretty impressive. Because Hilda seems like she's been around a lot, and Jean has some sort of gun called a caster, and he shoots this bullet at Mr. Frankenstein, and boom! I mean, wow! I did not expect that much energy to come from that little gun. I was really impressed with that, and the animation was excellent, superb. So it seems that the Pirate Guild is not invincible. So a caster bullet number 3 can take out one of the members of the Pirate Guild. But it seems that they're very rare because now they only have one left, and it doesn't seem like you can just get those bullets just anyway. So we kick to the next scene, castle-looking building, and Hilda says, "Thank you, Jean." shoots Jean in the side, makes Jin load this trunk into the ship. Jean, who was presumed dead, comes up behind Hilda and says, open the trunk. So, you know, she's like, it's not in your best interest to open that trunk, Jean. And he's like, open the trunk. So she gives him the combination code to open the trunk, and it's a naked girl in the trunk. So that's the end of the episode. Very cliffhanger, very awesome episode. I mean, this is just the first of many, guys. And I mean, Outlaw Star already kicking off with a bang, literally. Definitely enjoyed this episode. The animation is pristine. I love the classics. I love how it looks. Not really a fan of the dub, but that's just my own preference. It's not even that bad in a sense. It's just my preference versus sub versus dub. But all in all, first episode, definitely off the chain. Hopefully you guys are hanging in with me on Outlaw Star. Really appreciate you guys coming in, hanging out with me. Hopefully you enjoyed Outlaw Star's first episode review. If you did or didn't, let me know in the comments section below. You can definitely get Outlaw Star on Verve or on Funimation website. It's definitely available for you guys to watch along with me. Keep up with me each week by episode on Toonami. First episode aired August 19th. We have Dragon Ball Super reviews and previews to do first because Dragon Ball is first, and then Outlaw Star reviews and previews come out. So we're gonna get the review out today. We're gonna go ahead and get Outlaw Star episode 2 preview ready for tomorrow. We're gonna move over to our closing announcements, and we'll see you guys on the other side. This was the first episode for Outlaw Star. Really excited to go through this journey again. We're going to be doing a lot of in-depth analysis because, one, most likely when you first saw Outlaw Star, you were very young. Now, we're able to understand things a lot more now. Thank you, Toonami, for bringing back Outlaw Star. Thank you, Verve, for providing Outlaw Star for us. Really appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoy these videos. Hope you guys are also enjoying the little improvements to the videos. If you do, leave a comment in the comment section below. If you have any questions for me about the anime, if you want to start a discussion video with me, you know, we could plan something up for you guys. Definitely looking forward to episode 2 next week. Really looking forward to getting everything out there. Hope you guys are having a good rest of your day. With all that being said, guys, I will see you guys later on. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, guys. It helps us spread our point of view to the masses. So be sure to follow us on Twitter, guys. It helps us get to you on a direct level. We have direct lines open straight to FlashDAIO through Twitter. We have the YouTube comment section, we have Facebook page, and we have Twitter. So you guys pick your poison. We'll be sure to get back with you guys. Hope you guys like the first episode review. See you guys later.